defense for McKay. They were able to, and actually they're stacking in there a little bit deeper now, so they should be able to get a little better balance.
3rd down and goal from the 4 to Muniz. Lob pass heading for Peterson to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, penalty flag. Wait for the call, but a great athletic catch by Ryan Peterson.
Peterson's a great receiver. That was a college play. It's what they call a fade. They just throw it up there at a spot, and that receiver is going to have to come up there and grab it. But it looked like it was offensive interference, so he must have pushed off when he went up.
Well, that was something that folks thought maybe happened on the big pass play earlier in the game when he picked up somewhere around 40 yards. But they're going to wave this off. It will not be a touchdown for the Olympians, and instead they'll have to back up and face a 3rd down and long on the interference call.
Tough break for Sprague. That was
The receiver for the offense was covered up. He's an ineligible receiver. It was ruled that he caught the ball. By rule, that's offensive pass interference on the offense. That's a loss of down foul. 4th down.
Against the Olympians, so 3rd down. Well, it's loss of down, excuse me. Darn, it just blanked out on that part. It is loss of down for the Olympians on an offensive pass interference call. So the ball back at the 19. This will be a 36-yard field goal for Garrett Southard with 7:31 left here in the first half. The ball snapped, kick is up. Does he have enough on it? It is good. He just got it over the crossbar. And we'll take a 30-second break. Our score with 7:15 left here in the first half. The Sprague Olympians 13 and the McKay Royal Scots nothing, back after a 30-second timeout.
Seven yards on the field goal by Southern. 7 minutes and 8 seconds in the first half. The Olympians 13, Royal Scots nothing.
At Sprague High School Schmidt Field, the Olympians have taken a lead of 13-0. A 65-yard drive on 10 plays, taking just over 4 minutes. 3 first downs along the way, and Garrett Southard with his 2nd field goal of this ball game. And the Olympians lead it 13-0. Don't have a lot of field goal kicking in high school, and Southard doing a great job. He and his brother BJ, fine kicking tradition here at Sprague. Garrett almost didn't come out this year, but I'm sure his teammates are glad that he did. So Garrett will tee it up for the Oles. I want to remind you that coming up on CCTV at halftime, John Piper will talk with Sprague Choir Director Ike Nail, or Band Director Ike Nail, and Choir Director Russ Christensen, and performance by the Olympian Marching Band. That coming up on CCTV as the ball is fielded by Matt Kalashaw at about the 15-yard line, brings it out near the 25, and again, a wave of orange there to greet him. A 10-yard return, and it'll be first down and 10 for the Royal Scots, who thus far, they've gotten some movement on the football, but since that first drive, it's been a little tougher to come by, and the Oles leading it 13-0.
Momentum is kind of looking like it's going toward the orange a little bit right now. You can tell by that kickoff return.
Miller with first down and 10 at his 24. In the backfield with him is Matt Kalashaw this time. Miller from the shotgun looks over the middle. Pass is caught. Luke Emanuel first down across the 36 down near the 40-yard line. Late penalty flag comes flying in. And a gain of 16. Tackle made by Robert Dyer and Zach Newman. And is this going to be a late hit on the Olympians?
Another break. Here we go. The penalty. No turnovers. I don't think there have been any turnovers.
After the play, personal foul against the defense. That's 15 yards tacked onto the end of the run. First down.
They had great momentum because they were being consistent, but now they've got the penalty to deal with, and I'm not sure what's happening here, but okay, there they go. They're walking off 15 yards at the end of that play. This is something that can hurt any defensive team, especially.
Well, the Olympians had a tough time penalty-wise last week against Corvallis. 9 drops of the yellow hanky for 107 yards. And thus far tonight, their penalties have been big ones. 3 penalties, 40 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the Sprague 45 for McKay. Miller from the shotgun. He is flushed. He's going to be dropped for loss. He had to step up, and there were plenty of Olympians around him. Marcus Ward was one, and Scotty Nelson the other. A loss of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 16 back at the McKay 49.
Mark, these two teams are a little bit similar, but right now I think McKay has gone away from what they can do best, and that's balance. They can run the ball a little bit, and that's one thing Sprague hasn't done. They haven't let the run, even though they haven't gone big on the run, they have continued to pop away and pound away at that line of scrimmage and keeping McKay honest. And now that McKay is just throwing the ball, Sprague's turning everybody loose.
2nd down and 16. Morrow and Hughes split out left and right. Play action. No, going to run the ball on a sweep. Give the ball to Luke Emanuel to the outside. Boy, some yells from the McKay side of the field on a hold. Nothing called. Zach Newman makes the tackle. Not a lot of yardage picked up on the play by Luke Emanuel. About 4, maybe 5, or make it 6. Boy, it took a while to spot it down near the 44-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down and about 9.5.
I still think they can run that ball in there. They're running earlier, and they've kind of gone to the outside. They're throwing the ball, and they're letting McKay take them out of their balance a little bit. And maybe they're not capable of running inside, but I think they need to try a little bit.
3rd down and 9 at the 44. 5:54 left in the half. 13-0 Sprague. Miller pass down the middle. Has the ball tipped, and then it was very nearly caught inside there by the Royal Scots. Trying to get a hand on it was Ryan Sonis, but nothing doing.
Again, the same type of thing, Mark. They're throwing the ball in the middle. When you try to throw the ball in the middle, you're in trouble. You notice Sprague is throwing the ball outside. They're throwing fades. They're throwing quick outs. They're being a little smarter right now, I think, than McKay.
So I think Groby, the man, got the hand on it for Sprague, and so on 4th down, Hughes will kick the ball away, and it's fielded by Boyd at about his 15. Reverses field, holding it like a local wonder out near the 20. And a good open field tackle for the Royal Scots. Kelly Price makes the stop. Dangerous to hold that football that way. Reminds me of Sean Kintner used to get away with it. But Boyd holds on to it, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Oles, just inside their 20 at about the 19.
Well, those kids, sometimes they get a little carried away with the game, but as long as he doesn't fumble, Mark, I don't think we can criticize him, right?
Nope. Just teaching those fundamentals. On 1st down and 10 to Muniz. Drops back to pass. Got a man open. Peterson makes the pass catch at midfield, but he's going to go all the way. He made the pass catch. He got shoved, but he catches the ball and a touchdown for the Olympians of 81 yards. Ryan Peterson from Muniz.
Peterson is absolutely amazing. That was a all-star play. Now, that was a nice little play action. He faked twice. Both backs made nice blocks. He had lots of time. He steps up in the pocket. He just throws that ball down the middle, and this little Peterson kid just even got tripped and makes a great play.
Pass
Off he
interference
goes.
against McKay is declined.
Touchdown.
Out to 19-0.
Mark, this game is kind of deteriorating a little bit for McKay, and I'm not going to say anything like, hey, this thing's over. But I don't like the looks. If I was McKay's coach right now, I wouldn't like the looks of what was going on around him.
Peterson, 3 catches, 120 yards for the Olympians, and the Oles go for 2 straight up the middle to Muniz. The Oles say they're in. We'll wait for the officials to call it either way. No signal yet, and no good. So the Royal Scots hold. We'll take a 30-second break. 5:28 left here in the first half. It's been all Oles offensively. It's Sprague 19 and McKay nothing. Back after we take a 30-second timeout.
has to be moved right away. Down toward pickup. 10 SB 246. The Silver Cherry Suburban SL 48. And the Black Toyota DQ X155.
After taking a McKay punt, DeMunis throws 81 yards down to Peterson, who was shoved as that ball thrown to him. He still managed to make the pass catch right near midfield and ambled into the end zone for the touchdown. The two-point conversion fails, but it's Sprague 19 and McKay nothing. DeMunis 270 yards passing on 8 of 11.
How many catches has this Peterson kid got? I'd like to see his statistics too.
3 catches, 120 yards for him, and DeMunis back-to-back touchdown throws of 70 yards and above. You wonder why the Olies are averaging nearly 40 yards or 40 points a ball game.
They can score, and they can score quick.
Southard will tee the ball up for the Olympians, and he kicks that ball high and deep. And back to field the ball for McKay is 22, Matt Kalishaw. Reverses his field across the 30, the 35, out near the 40. Still on his feet at the 45, spins around and knocked down at the 50-yard line. Roby made the tackle for the Olympians. What a good response for McKay, and brother, they need it now with 5:15 left in the first half, and Sprague leading it 19-0. A 38-yard return on the play for Matt Kalishaw.
Mark, there wasn't a defender or an offensive man around that. Was that Kalishan?
Kalishaw.
Kalishaw. He just absolutely made this all on his own because those orange jerseys were all over him. He just played with his talent.
1st and 10 for McKay, actually at the Sprague 49. Shotgun formation. Miller looking down the middle, pumps once, twice, and had to throw that baby away as he was looking for Joel Crandall, but Crandall looked like he slipped down running the curl at about the Sprague 40.
Well, it looks like that was the only thing he could do. They had that well covered, and that was a smart thing for a quarterback to be able to throw that thing out of bounds. At young quarterback, sometimes they'll try to force that thing in there, and that's one of the smarter moves he's made this evening.
2nd down and 10 for the McKay Royal Scots. A reminder that great food, great service, and a great time can be had at the Ram Restaurant and Bighorn Brewing Company down on the Salem Parkway. 2nd down and 10 for the Royal Scots, trailing at 19-0. Short snap, straight up the middle. Justin Womack, 2nd time that play has been run by the Scots. Reminds you of the old-time football back with the leather helmets there, Val, as Marcus Ward made the tackle. But Womack picks up about 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd or 3rd down and about 3.
What's this old stuff about the leather helmets, Mark? I don't even remember those leather helmets. You must be reading your encyclopedia this week. But anyway, that was a very good execution for McKay, and they have to do a little more of this. They've got to establish that running game this first half.
3rd down and 3 at the Sprague 43 for the Scots. Pitch out to Womack to the outside. Good pursuit. Josh Jackson going to stop him for a loss. Oh my, Jackson out there. He's the man who can match Kalishaw for speed. Only his 2nd tackle of the night, but a big one, and a loss of about 3 on the play. It'll be 4th down for the Royal Scots, and they'll punt it away with 4:13 left here in the half.
That's what the defense is supposed to do, Mark. Just spread that ball out. Just don't let them turn upfield, and they're not going to get outside on Sprague. They're going to have to stay inside and throw outside.
Boyd and Jackson drop back as Hughes will punt the ball away, and a penalty flag flies as the ball, a high end over end that does get a good kick forward down at about the 15-yard line. But again, we have a flag back upfield near the line of scrimmage, and we'll wait for the call from the officials.
A procedure penalty against the Royal Scots.
Hey! You all right? Hey! 3 minutes on the clock!
Illegal formation on the offense, 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat 4th down.
As far as the kicking game is concerned, is not superior to Sprague. Right now, I think Sprague has the edge on special teams. Special teams, defense, and execution, making mistakes. The only mistakes really that Sprague has made this so far, and that's the penalty. The unsportsmanlike penalty has cost him about 3.
So again, the Olympians with the backs back twinned after Hughes kicked it away a couple of times from Boyd, puts Jackson back there with him. And Jackson will field the ball back at about his 10s. Comes up the field, bounces it to the right side at the 25, the 30, out near the 35. So for the Olympians, it makes sense. They pick up about 20 yards of yardage.
They did it this time.
Yep.
They made a play
Yep.
work. Hey, I'm a believer in success. So all he had to do is show us. Well, I'm a show me type of guy, and he showed me.
And he isn't from Missouri, folks. And the ball at the 35, and Simpkins with the tackle again for the Royal Scots. It'll be 1st and 10 for Sprague.
Formation on the kicking team. That penalty is refused. 1st and 10 for the receivers.
They pay for all the mistakes they made by just grinding it out. They're not going to try to go for the long pass. I wouldn't think that. Here we go.
There was another procedure call on the punt against McKay, and this time the Olympians decline it, as Val Barnes would have encouraged them to do. 1st down and 10 at the 35. Demunis hands the ball off to Jackson. Tries to pop it to the outside. Good play inside. Losing a couple are the Oles because Justin Womack stepped right up into the hole and grabbed Jackson around the legs. Turnabout's fair play. Jackson did it on the last defensive series for Sprague.
Well, hey, there they go. They're going to keep it on the ground a little bit. There's a little draw, and McKay smelled that out very well.
2nd down and 11.5 for the Olympians. Play action. Demunis steps back, gets away from pressure, pass underneath. Marcus Ward makes the pass catch. He had to stop for the football, but he made the sure-handed grab and then fell backwards right near 1st down. The 1st down marker, Justin Womack, made the stop, and the officials say he got enough. So give him 11-12 on the play, and that'll make it 1st and 10 for the Oles.
Well, they had a nice little blitz on. They'd have made me look really good if they'd have thrown Demunis for loss, but he got away slick and popped that ball out to the tight end that caught that.
That's it. So 1st down and 10. Demunis straight up the middle. On the trap play, that looks like Scotty Nelson. Good running straight up front. Good blocking up front by the Olympians. Gain of 9. Jonathan Green with the stop. And it'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Oles.
And tack on a face mask. Here we go with the penalty, that elusive penalty that can make so much of a difference in a ball game. They ran just a straight little dive right up the middle.
Face mask on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run. 1st and 10.
So 1st down and 10 for the Oles. Sprague wants a share of that 1st place lead. They can at least claim a piece of it with a win over McKay tonight. McNary wants to stay in the hunt. They're playing at North Salem. A reminder, we'll have score updates from around the Valley League from our own Paul Perkins at halftime here on KBZY. With 2:13 and counting left here in the 2nd quarter. 19-0 Sprague. With the football, the ball is fumbled. And the ball turned over, and coming up with it for the Royal Scots is to see. And that's the 1st turnover of the night. The Oles, who are in control, cop it up.
Hey, well, that's high school football, Mark. And you know you can't blame these kids when they only make one mistake in a ball in a half. And so this is going to maybe turn this thing around a little bit for McKay, but there isn't much time left. And the way that Sprague has been playing defense, they can just about do anything they want out there and still control the game.
Jonathan Green was the man who actually came up with the football for McKay, and here come the Scots 1st and 10 at about their 33 from the shotgun. Miller, swing pass to the outside. Crandall out to the 35, and then a good stand-up tackle, maybe a little high, but wrapped him up and brought him down on the play was Ryan Peterson. A gain of about 4, 2nd down and 6 for McKay.
Here we go again, Mark. They're ready to go. They're quick. They're not huddling. They're just getting going, so I'll turn it back right over to you.
Yeah, no huddle offense in the last 2 minutes. And a pass by Miller to the outside, had a couple of receivers, threw it behind Hughes along the sideline near the 45, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down. Clock stops, 1:39 left till half.
Hey, Ryan Peterson does it all. He plays that defense, scores, runs the ball. Looks like he's got I don't know, is he a senior, Mark?
He is.
Yeah, he's a fine young man.
Yeah, as part of that team, a very talented group of seniors here at Sprague. Played together all through middle school as well. 3rd and 10 at the 38. Long count. Miller tries from the shotgun to step up and couldn't get there. Guess who's there again? Billy Swancut. Tackled number 4 on the night. And the clock stopped. The timeout with 4th down. They stopped the clock with 1:26 left. Sprague calls for a timeout. They'll get the ball when we come back. A 30-second break coming your way. 19-0. Sprague in favor of McKay back after a 30-second timeout.
4th down and 10. Second punt formation, number 1
Telling
is
that for halftime, we don't have. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, that's all right. I don't think that was a big shot.
The timeout by Sprague.
Sprague High School, 5-yard loss. Jeremy Miller sacked by Billy Swancutt. 4th down for the Scots, 4th and about 10.5. Brett Hughes will have to kick it away, and the Olympians will drop back. Now they've only got one back this time. That'll be Chad Boyd. And maybe the Ole's looking for a fake punt here. With 1:26 left till half, and Sprague leading it 19-0. The ball snapped back to Hughes, puts the white toe into it. High kick, kicks it away from Boyd, and it rolls over and goes out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. So the Olympians get the ball back, coughed it up on a fumble deep in McKay territory, but they've still got enough time to move it down the field with 1:17 left. A 35-yard punt for the kicker, Brett Hughes.
Well, here we go again. Let's see what happens. They turn Peterson loose. Anything could happen, right, Mark?
Yeah, he and Grove, a 1-2 punch. They both have the long touchdown catches. First down and 10 for the Ole's at the 32. DeMunis hands the ball off on the first play to Jackson. Val thought they might turn him loose. This time they try the draw to see if they can catch the Scots blitzing. Bajan Rajayan makes the tackle. No gain on the play. And a timeout is called by the Olympians as they'll get another play in. We'll take another 30-second break. 1:11 left here in the first half. 19-0 Ole's back after a 30-second timeout. Minute 11 left here in the first half. 19-0 Sprague. Hey, a reminder, Dave's Pharmacy wants to remind all local athletes to play and stay drug-free. Dave Hochhalter, owner of Dave's Pharmacy at 1087 Wallace Road in West Salem, is a longtime supporter of Salem Kaiser Athletics and a proud supporter of high school sports on KBZY with Mark and Jerry Gunn. Live and play one-way drug-free. Again, that word of courtesy of Dave's Pharmacy in West Salem. Second down and 10 for the Olympians after taking a timeout. They'd like to see if they could push this into the end zone, so they're going to go back to pass here on second down, leading at 19-0 to Muniz. Goes long, got Hill at midfield at the 45, and is rolled out of bounds at the McKay 40-yard line. So John Keller made the tackle for the Royal Scots, a gain of 28 on the pass and catch. First down and 10 for the Ole's.
Well, that play was well executed. I don't know where the defense was. It looks like they're setting back and not playing real aggressive, but that quarterback threw that ball with a lot of people in his face too, Mark.
Yep, 310 yards passing unofficially for Mike DeMunis in the first half. That can be a career for some quarterbacks. First and 10 at the 40. DeMunis pass out into the flat intended for Grove on the left side as he ran the out pattern. Incomplete. Second and 10, exactly a minute left here in the first half.
Well, that play won't hurt you, Mark, but it's real safe. You throw the ball outside, make sure you get it away from the defenders. Nothing bad happens. If they don't catch it, fine. We got 3 more downs, and it's only taking about 4 or 5 seconds.
10 of 14 is Mike DeMunis for 310 yards and a couple of touchdowns.
Illegal motion on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
Official reception leader for Sprague. 3 catches, 120 yards.
We have a penalty, Mark.
Penalty flag was thrown against the Olympians. I didn't see the call. I was looking down. You know, didn't see the yellow flag anywhere on the field. Looks like a procedure call. So second and 15 for the Ole's. Split back set. DeMunis drops back. Here comes the rush. He got hit as he threw that ball. Peterson comes back for it. Makes the pass catch at the 26. of the Royal Scots. And the clock will stop as they move the chains. Kalishaw, or make that Ryan Marsland back, and a pickup of 19 for the Oles.
That ball shouldn't have been caught. Two defenders right there, and it just fell right into the receiver's hands, even though he made a great catch.
On 1st and 10, down the right sideline, intended for Peterson. The ball got knocked away. Peterson tried to reach over the top of the defender. Chad Morrow actually knocked that ball away. And a good play for the Royal Scots to make it 2nd and 10, 46 seconds left till halftime, and the Oles still sitting at about the 26th of McKay.
Peterson made a nice play on that. He was not near the ball. The two defenders were closer to the ball than he was, and he reached in there and got a finger on it.
19-0 Oles looking to score again. Dropping back to Muniz. Looks to his right, throws it up. Ward, the tight end, and he threw that baby out of bounds mostly because he got plastered back there to Muniz. A couple of Scots get up. Two of them got him hard. One of them on the play for the Royal Scots was Jonathan Green and 63 Jason Foreman, and he's going to field that one, and Foreman is down. It looks like he's got a leg cramp.
Yes, that ball was thrown up for grabs, but it was thrown out of bounds, so it wasn't a bad throw. However, right now the quarterback is just looking right at his receivers. He's got two defenders just looking him right in the eye, and there really isn't any way he's going to complete a pass until he starts doing something different, a draw, a screen, some kind of a play action that might bring the corners up a little bit. Usually play action isn't real good on a passing down, but in the high school level, this can work sometimes.
They've got to give a lot of credit to the Sprague front line that has given Muniz time to throw tonight. Jeff Livingston, Kevin Hansen, Chris Fisher, Dan DeMarto, Ryan Knack along that front line. As Foreman finally comes off the field for McKay, gets a nice round of applause from the fans here. Got a good crowd on both sides here. And as always, everybody parked halfway down the road here from Sprague High School. But they've got a shuttle bus running. And good job by the Sprague Athletic Department to keep that rolling. Well, we resume play with 41 seconds left here in the half. 3rd and 10 now for Sprague at the McKay 36. Blitz comes. The Olympians pick it up. Pass is thrown. And boy, Kyle Grove just about had that, but except for a great defensive play, LaJean Keller got his hand in there on Grove right at the goal line and knocked that ball away. And Muniz threw that thing and got his bell rung as well.
That was a nice, well-executed pass right down the middle with a great defensive play. So the boys are putting it all on the line tonight, Mark, and it's really nice to watch this thing happen.
4th down and 10, and the Oles go for it from the 36. Dropping back, Muniz looks for his man. Got Hill, going to overthrow him. It'll be incomplete. Keller out there on the defense for McKay. Royal Scots will take over with 30